physical skills and their determination to achieve victory. They've come to meet here at the campus of the University of California, Irvine, to live in these tents.
Friday night, seems so right, keep a dancing for some
And compete at this stadium and to perform before this crowd. And for you, their fans at home, in a very unique show, the Rock and Roll Sports Classic. Can Michael Jackson move it on the field and in the water the same way he moves it on the stage? And how about Rod Stewart?
In lane number 1, we have Michael Jackson. Woo! In lane number 2, we have William King from the Commodores. In lane number 3, we have Hugh McDowell. Lane number 4, we have Dash Crofts from Seals and Crofts. Lane number 5, we have Jackie Jackson. Lane number 6, we have Edward Patton. In lane number 7, we have Billy Davis. And in lane number 8, we have Leif Garrett. Take it away, Ed. Okay, let's start the race.
The runners are at their mark. Okay, Christy. They're lining up now for the very first event. Looks like they're ready. The 100-yard men's, the gun is up. And they're off. Michael Jackson off to a good start, and William King. Oh, here comes Jackie Jackson up strong. Hugh McDowell, Jackie Jackson, and William King. It's Jackie Jackson, William King, and it's Jackie Jackson is the winner. So, Jackie Jackson takes the first event of the Rock and Roll Sports Classic, winning the 100-yard dash for the East.
I'll tell you, the East is rolling good now. We're going to have a trophy for you. Here she is already, Phyllis, your captain.
I'm so glad to give it to the Blue Blazer.
Thank you very much.
He is a Blue Blazer, isn't he? Wow, you are moving good. Now, I want to get an update on the score because I saw a lot of yellow shirts behind you.
Not enough yellow shirts, Ed. The East picks up 10 points for first place, a 6 and a 1, for a total of 17. So this the East 17, the West 14.
Okay, take it away, Christy, for the 100 yards winner.
Marilyn McCoo. Lane number 2, Joan Jett from the Runaways. Lane number 3, Latoya Jackson. Lane number 4, Lita Ford from the Runaways. Lane number 5, Helen Schneider. Lane number 6, Tanya Tucker. Lane number 7, Anne Murray. Lane number 8, Sandy West from the Runaways.
Looks like the ladies are getting ready. They're on the starting line for the 100. They're set. And they're off. That's Joan Jett of the Runaways taking an early lead for the West in yellow. Tanya Tucker on the outside. Anne Murray in there strong. Here comes Sandy West of the Runaways. Anne Murray and Joan Jett. It looks like Sandy West. Anne Murray second.
by Hugh McDowell. They're off with Ronald LaPret in lane number 2, off to a strong lead with Kenny Loggins in lane number 4, moving very well. Hugh McDowell in lane number 1 and Ronald LaPret in lane number 2. Moving along good. Now here we go into the turn, and Kenny Loggins is the definite leader with Ronald LaPret giving a good fight here. Now look at the top of your screen. We have Lace Garrett giving a good run for his money in this competition. Kenny Loggins is still out in front, still giving a very strong fight as well. Ronald LaPret, but it looks like Kenny Loggins is the winner. Now the fight for second goes to Lace Garrett and Ronald LaPret in third.
The man in the 60-yard dash.
Screening Scott Simon, Sean Anna.
Yeah, Ronald LaPret, Commodores.
Bobby Alessi, the Alessi brothers. Andrew Woolfolk, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Jocko from Son on. I want these guys from the West to give us a break. We're going to meet them outside after this meet.
William Guest, Gladys Knight, and Phillips.
Jackie Jackson, Jackson.
Philip Bailey, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
All right, the men are lining up, getting ready.
From Jackson from the Jacksons, Marlon, you got to win this one. I don't care about you guys making money, but I need it.
Alex,
What?
before we go on with the race, we have to go in the tent and talk to Joe Smith.
Okay, we're going to intrude on Tanya Tucker, the lovely...
Canada.
Pugwash, that's 8 miles from where I come from.
Yeah? Is it fun up there?
It's not far from Tattamagush or Stewiacke or Shubenacadie or any of those.
Sounds exotic. In lane number 2, Tanya Tucker. In lane number 2 for the East, Latoya Jackson, the Jacksons. In lane number 4 from the West, Joan Jett from the Runaways. And for the East, in lane number 5, Helen Schneider. Lane number 6 for the West, Vicky Blue with the Runaways. Good luck, ladies. It's a good start on a wet track. It rained earlier today, but I don't think it will affect the competitors. Well, it looks like an all-West 1, 2, 3 so far with Tanya Tucker, Joan Jett, and Vicky Blue taking the early lead. Stretching it out a little bit now is Tanya Tucker and Joan Jett. Now Joan Jett is starting to close in a little bit on Tanya Tucker. Coming into the final stretch, it's still Tanya Tucker in front, followed by Joan Jett. Joan Jett is now making her bid to the inside. It's Tanya Tucker and Joan Jett. Now it's Jett and Tucker. Joan Jett has finally taken the lead. It's Joan Jett, Tanya Tucker, and Vicky Blue. It looks like an all-West win. It is. It's Joan Jett first, Tanya Tucker, and Vicky Blue. And the winner, Joan Jett.
In lane 8. And Randy Jackson in lane 7. There's William King in 6. Jackie Jackson in 5. Bubba Knight in 4. Billy Alessi in 3. Ralph Johnson in lane 2. And Marlon Jackson in lane 1. They're lining up. It's a staggered start for the 440.
All for the East.
Is Janet Jackson from the Jacksons. In lane 2 is Joan Jett from the Runaways. Marilyn McCoo is in lane 3.
Do you get what you're hoping for? When you look behind you, there's no open door.
In lane 4 is Sandy West from the Runaways. Anne Murray is in lane 5.
Spread your tiny wings and fly away. And take the snow back with you where it came from on that day.
Lane 6 has Gladys Knight.
My imagination to think of good reasons to keep on keeping on.
Latoya Jackson is in lane toughest lane is Vicky Blue from the Runaways.
It's a time to compete and a time to renew friendships.
Well, I have been renewing some. A lot of fun, even though I knew I wasn't exactly in shape. I'm not what you call athletic, but hey, I said this is going to be such great fun.
Gladys Knight will be occupying lane 6 for the West as all the women line up for the 60-yard dash. Now, to the right of your screen in yellow jerseys are Joan Jett and Sandy West. Sandy West in lane 4 and Joan Jett in lane 2. They are heavy favorites in this competition because they took first and second in the women's 100-yard dash. And as we predicted, Joan Jett is off to a strong lead in this race with Sandy West coming in very strong. And Sandy West is going to take the women's 60-yard dash with Joan Jett taking second. And Anne Murray coming across the line for the East, getting a badly needed 6 points in third place. So it's a 1-2 finish for Sandy West and Joan Jett, giving their team, the West, 156 points and the East 107 points. But remember, there are 11 more events to go in this Rock and Roll Sports Classic.
Play and let's go and get them.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, for the East team, in the first half, Denny Green of the Sha-Na-Na, Rich Tandy of ELO, the wonderful Marlon Jackson of the Jacksons. And now, playing in the second half, Fran Sheehan of Boston, Jackie Jackson of the Jacksons, Santini of Sha-Na-Na, and Johnny Catardo of Sha-Na-Na. Let's go get them, boys. And now for the West team. In the first half, Mylan Williams. Team has it. There's Jackson. Over to Denny Green. Denny Green in the corner. Takes a jump shot. Scores! All right. It's the East 2, the West 0. And incidentally, some of the events were presented out of the actual sequence in which they were recorded. Okay, Loggins with the ball for the West. Comes down deep to the corner. Back to Kenny Loggins. Denny Green in the middle. Back outside to Jackson. Jackson shoots. Loggins with the ball for the West. There's the drive-in. Done. No, it's no good. It's still potpourri. They're really messing the ball around, folks. And speaking of messing things up, here's Michelle Phillips and Fred Cavallini with some of Fred's impressions. Come in, Michelle.
Richard Nixon, I just can't believe you'd come here.
Well, Rich Tandy brought it out. Over to Marlon Jackson for the East. Over to Denny Green. Denny Green takes the shot. Misses the shot like I used to do. Mylan Williams is over and gets the shot in. Denny Green taking out the East again. Denny over to Jackson. What's the score?
It's the West 4, the East 2, incidentally, Tricky. And before we go any further, you know, the winners will get 10 points, the losers 3 in this basketball contest. Loggins again with the shot, no good. Rebound, no good.
Bill Cosby, would you give us a blow-by-blow?
Listen to that crowd, man. Passes it over to Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins over to Mylan Williams. Almost lost the ball. Takes the shot. Misses it. Gets to Dunn himself. Takes it. Another. Misses it.
Munchkin.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Now watch this. Kenny Loggins up and a foul. Kenny was fouled by Denny Green. Loggins sinks one in.
So it's the West 5, the East 2 after the first half. And speaking of kicking the...
Loggins is pouring it on. Let's see the transfer. Good transfer.
Nice, got it.
All right.
Running.
Gladys looks like she's away.
Latoya's catching up. Latoya's catching up.
Latoya's closing it.
Jackson is holding first.
All right, here's the transfer. Good transfer there. There's another.
Mr. McDowell.
Okay. McDowell and King.
Long legs.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Looks like the West is moving out in front there. If they get a good transfer now, they'll be in the lead. Oh, they got it. Okay. Wolflock is way out in front. Santini's closing. Look at that Santini go.
Whoa!
Santini wins it. Oh, Santini wins it. East! Oh, East! All right. Now that trophy will go to the man with the fastest leg of the race, but the East does win this event. Okay, now we're ready for the next event. I see we have a few head.
The race has started. The runners have taken off for this walking race, which is a heel-to-toe competition. The distance is a little less than a mile, and the last of the 40 competitors leave the starting point. Wait a minute. Fellas, will you quit interfering?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have never seen such courage and fortitude. How's it going? All right, go ahead. I like your haircut, very Egyptian. How's it going? How are you? Class, how are you? Hey, Murray, nice to meet you. Hey, how are you?
You know how tough it is for an act on the road in rock and roll. Michael, with hotels and jets and these gigs, how do you guys stay in any kind of shape?
We play basketball and football and stuff. My brothers especially. I don't play that many sports, but in this event, I'm having a lot of fun.
You having a good time?
Yes.
Are you the best at what you do in the family?
No.
Who's the athlete?
Jackie.
Jackie is the tops.
Yeah.
He's not in shape.
He's not in any kind of shape?
No.
What about you?
I'm all right, but he hasn't been eating enough eggs, so he's not in shape at all.
You guys must eat all the eggs in Encino, California.
No, I don't like eggs. How not to like them, you know what I mean?
What about sports and spectator sports? Do you watch much?
On TV and stuff? My brothers do, not me.
You don't watch too
They
much.
watch all.
What's your favorite sport?
I like basketball and tennis.
Any big stars that you particularly admire?
I like the Lakers. And Dr. J.
Dr. J.
All right, looks like Ron LaPret and Bubba Knight. And here comes Bubba Knight at the outside, and he wins it. Oh, my goodness. What'd you think of that?
Like he's not quite sure what he did. At 14 feet and 1/2 inch, a good run. And now we have Lionel Richie from the Commodores, and he's taken off like lightning into the sky. A crash landing for Lionel. Lionel, I'm afraid your jump is a foul. I'm afraid your little toe stepped over the line too early, and that one won't count. Feet 3 inches. And now we're ready for our dancing machine from the Jackson, Marlon Jackson. And he is up and in the air, and it looks like he's going to give Kenny Loggins a run for the money there. All that dancing pays off. You got 15 feet 10 inches, Marlon. All right, way to dance out of there. Marlon, congratulations. Marlon, have you always been such a great jumper?
Not really. I guess it pays off working on stage.
Enjoy yourself. Gotta enjoy yourself. Got to enjoy yourself. Say it again. Enjoy yourself. Get down, get down. Enjoy yourself. Get down, get down.
We're ready to start the bicycle race.
Acquire his fame.
Michael Jackson will hit the water. There he goes. Michael Jackson isn't what you'd call a natural swimmer. So he's starting to fade a little bit. Here comes Leif Garrett. He's going to give the lead to his other partner, Al McKay. Al McKay hits the water.
The grease that this man.
We're going to slide on through. The East is going to slide straight through.
That's right. Right. Freddie Fender, does he have a weapon to counteract this?
Axle grease. The thing is, we're going to slide through the grease.
Well, he's got it. Freddie, your marvelous physical condition should be able to overcome anything these guys could throw at you.
I tell you what, brother, it took a lot to get up this morning. That's all I can say.
I think you're in serious trouble.
All right, the half-mile men. Off to Philip Bailey. Peter Jackson picks it up from the Jacksons for the East. Closing it up a little bit. As they come to the transfer, Tanya Tucker picks up for the West, and Marilyn McCoo for the East. Marilyn seems to be closing the gap a little bit. She's really trying hard. Look at that. Well, she is gaining some ground. All right, there's the handoff to Ed Patton and to Billy Davis. Look at that Billy Davis go. And Patton pours it on. Oh, they're both charging. Maybe to Sandy West with the runaways for the West, and Janet Jackson with the Jackson. There it is. There's the handoff. There it goes. And a little Little Janet is pouring her heart out. Look at that. Leif Garrett for the West, and Chico of Sha-Na-Na. They pick it up at the turn. The West still way out in front. All right, Bubba Knight standing by. Bubba Knight's got it, and moving out fast. Marlon Jackson now pouring on some coal. Bubba Knight and Marlon Jackson coming around that corner. Bubba Knight hands off to Larry Dunn. Oh, and Bubba Knight stumbles and falls. Oh, and a bad transfer for the East, and they've given up, and it looks like the Larry Dunn is bringing it in for the West. Here comes Larry all alone, bringing it in, and the West wins another 10 points.
Should the initial tug end in under 2 minutes, why it's going to be a best of a 2 out of 3 competition to determine the winner. Tanya Tucker from the West team, and there's Bubba Knight of the West team, and it looks as though the East is having a pretty good go of it. Joan Jett of the West team, and Gladys Knight. There's Marlon Jackson from the East team, and the East is slowly but surely pulling that West team across the pit. The Object get the flag to the far end. They're struggling and grudgingly giving up ground, but there's the horn. And the East has won it, and Phyllis Diller jumping up and down for joy, but it may be under that 2-minute limit, and if so, the judges are going to give the West a reprieve. It is under the 2-minute limit, and so it's going to be the best 2 of 3, so there'll be another tug. The West is still alive. The East won this, needs to win 1 more. The West has got to win 2, and now the 2 teams will change sides of the field. Marlon Jackson, tugging, not bouncing, as he and his famed musical brothers, the Jacksons, ordinarily can be found doing. The Eastern team, and are they ready as we get set for the second tug? Part of the big performance. Remember now, because that first tug of war was under 2 minutes, the judges ruled that it would be a best 2 of 3 competition. The field has been wet. We've had some rain here, and the 2 teams have now switched sides. That's the West in yellow, and they have to win this. Remember, the 2 teams came into this competition with the West leading 265 to 207, 125 points to the winning team, and of course, the team that wins it, therefore, wins this rock and roll sports classic competition. West in yellow, East in blue. If you're wondering, the West has got 22 people. Total weight, 3,309 pounds. The East has got 21 people, 3,310. That's the West in yellow, and they're off to a quick start. East is giving up ground, trying to dig in and hold on, but the West bent on getting this competition even. And the West is, so far, the best of it. They're into the pit, pulling that Eastern team, and it looks as though, yes, the East has given up, and the West has won tug number 2, and we're all set for the final tug-off to determine who wins the rock and roll sports classic competition. Leif Garrett, he's just... All right, West in yellow, East in blue. That's the West team. They've been leading all day. They're on the right of your screen and have been leading all day. The West team, Hugh McDowell, Marlon Jackson. They've got the best of it so far, but that West team is grudgingly giving up ground. They're into the pit. Gladys Knight. Oh, how she's struggling to keep her team alive in this competition. The West team has been in front all day. This final bit of competition coming down to this last event. 20 events in all. In fact, this is event number 3 in the tug of war. And the East is slowly but surely gaining on the West. Lita Ford, Vicky Blue, and the East has got the West. Garrett in front, and there's the buzzer, and the East has won it. The East has won it. The East wins it. The point total for the East, 332 points. For the West, 265 points. But in reality, everybody's a winner. For these over 50 top rock and roll stars have come together today in 20 bits of competition, friendly competition, not for personal glory or for personal gain, but just to take part in a friendly spirit of competition. Everybody wins. Nobody's a loser. And now for the special presentation, let's go back down to the field. Your host, Alex Karras, and co-host, Ed McMahon.
teams have been competing in the Rock and Roll Sports Classic for the real honor of having their name permanently engraved on this beautiful trophy. That's going to be awarded to our Vice Chancellor along with a check for $20,000. Alex, you've got the trophy and you've got the check.
Mr. Atwood, if you'd hold this, please, on behalf of behalf of NBC and the production crew and all the people that made this possible, and really mainly on behalf of all these great entertainers that took the time out, here's $20,000 to the University of California of Irvine. And I think at this time that it's kind of apropos at this time to say goodbye in a way that we usually start off sports shows, and that's with the United States of America's national anthem.